I'm on the verge of making a big switch in the AI chatbots I use. Since 2023, I've been paying $20 a month for ChatGPT from OpenAI. I've got it organized with separate chats and projects, so each conversation has a specific job. It's basically like having a bunch of mini AI agents. I even built my own custom GPT, an agent trained on everything I have ever written online over the past few years. In a way, I basically cloned myself. If I kick the bucket, my family, or anyone else who wants to, can chat with Jim AI, as I named it, and it will feel like talking to me. Meanwhile, I'm also paying for X Premium Plus. Ever since Elon Musk bought my shares in Twitter and turned it into X with a subscription model, I signed up. Back then it was about $10 a month. Now it's up to $30, but just this week I discovered that Premium Plus gives me access to SuperGrok. So I started thinking, should I ditch ChatGPT? But the real trigger wasn't Grok itself. It was something way more vain and honestly kind of stupid. Because why would I pay more money to switch to Grok when I already have everything I need with ChatGPT? Well, the reason is simple. I finally could get the handle I've always dreamed of for years. At this point, I need to tell you that you are listening or watching on YouTube a voice letter from Greece, the audiobook version of my newsletter that I sent to my blog subscribers. Since reading is faster than listening to my awful English accent, consider subscribing to receive the transcript of this letter in your inbox 2 days before it goes live on YouTube and podcast platforms. X handles matter for some of us. The other day, while browsing the X, I accidentally stumbled on the handle marketplace. I had no idea it even existed. It's a service X offers to business accounts. For example, if I were Coca-Cola and some random person grabbed @Coca-Cola 20 years ago, I could now claim it as long as I meet certain criteria, of course. But it's not just for companies. Premium Plus subscribers can request handles too. And there's a waiting list. The demand is that high. So the bug bit me and I started digging. I've been on the platform since the Twitter days, after all. I created my account in 2009 under the name @JimMakos.com. I've always wanted just @JimMakos, no com at the end, for my English account. But someone else squatted it years ago and hasn't used it since. Over the years, I contacted X support multiple times. No luck. They never released that inactive account, so I was stuck with a com. It wasn't the end of the world. It still worked. It didn't look terrible, and really, who cares that much about handles on social media? X kind of tricked me. While I was on the Premium Plus waitlist to claim the dormant handle I'd wanted forever, I finally read the fine print. It wasn't actually that fine. I was just too excited to join the list. It didn't take long to realize, first, you only get one handle claim in your lifetime. And second, if your Premium Plus subscription ever lapses, you go back to your old handle. That changed everything. First, my request suddenly carried a lot more weight. I had to be 100% sure I wouldn't regret missing a better opportunity later. I have had my current handle for 16 years. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Second, X basically locks you into the most expensive tier. I could have downgraded to the cheaper plan that still lets me write long posts, one of the original reasons I subscribed, besides no ads, and saved a bunch of money. And third, if I ever let the subscription lapse after switching handles, I would have to update every single link pointing to my profile all over the internet. Total time sink. So that day I thought, yeah, I'm probably not doing this. Better to have a plan than doubts. I was already planning to cancel my pricey X subscription anyway. $390 a year is a lot for no ads, maximum reply boost on replies, being able to write long stories in a single post. That's basically what the top tier gives you. I was going to drop down to the $100 per year plan. But then I thought if they actually give me the handle I want, I could keep Premium Plus and cancel ChatGPT instead. That's $240 saved per year right there. Add the cheaper X plan and I would end up spending roughly the same, so that I wouldn't be completely left without an AI tool. And worst case, if I end up not liking Grok that much, I can always go back to ChatGPT. Right now, what I'm doing makes zero financial sense. Paying $240 plus $390 for 2 AIs and only using one? Come on, that's ridiculous. If I ever do go back to OpenAI, I'll just keep the cheap X tier so I can still write long posts. In the end, I decided to request the handle despite all the doubts. At least I had a plan either way, whether they approved it or not. And a few days later, I got the email. Musk knows what he's doing with the X handles. The reply from the X handle marketplace came fast. They were giving me the handle I'd wanted for years. Cue the celebration. I couldn't believe it. Jim Makos was finally mine. If you had told me a few years ago this would happen, I would have said you were messing with me. It did leave a slightly bittersweet taste though. On one hand, yes, I wanted it badly. On the other hand, I only get to keep it as long as I pay for the most expensive subscription. There are also a few annoying side effects of changing handles. For example, there's no redirect from the old handle to the new one. Every link out there pointing to @JimMakos.com is now broken. I assumed that would be automatic. Meanwhile, the old handle stays reserved for me in case I ever downgrade. Even worse though, at least for me, is that searching my old posts still requires the previous handle. That one is honestly ridiculous. Sure, I know how to find something I wrote years ago. Just search the keyword plus from @JimMakos.com. But someone who doesn't know my old handle and searches, say, from Jim Makos remote work, won't find a single one of my 10,000 tweets from the last 15 years. Only the handful I have posted since the switch. So yeah, I got the handle. Great. But is it really worth $390 a year? Absolutely not on its own. But once you throw SuperGrok into the equation, since it's bundled with Premium Plus, things start looking different. So now, until my subscription renews next month, my mission is to put Grok through its paces and decide if I'm renewing X and dropping ChatGPT for good. For now, I have turned off auto-renew on X as it expires in December. Elon is spamming me with reminders not to let it lapse. Elon, you'd better hope I end up loving the Grok you built. Though with the handle you just handed me, I might not be the most impartial judge. Musk is betting on our vanity. The idea that the whole internet revolves around us, and honestly, he's probably going to win.